Hooray.
Hooray.
We're on.
Woohoo, cola.
So Josh is having connection issues. Hooray.
Goddamn city. Stop tearing up my cables.
Okay, anyway. I believe the answer to your question is yes. I think I would like to go ahead and try to do the whole momentum thing.
Okay.
How do I do that?
Okay, so how many dice would you like to roll? Remember, it's 1 for 1, 2 for 3, 3 for 6.
And 5 of each 20.
No.
Hold on, sorry.
You're fine.
Okay. Just the one.
Just the one?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Nope. There we go.
So again, how does that work? I mean, what do I do?
Okay, so now it's Constitution 1, task of 3.
Okay. Change over. Okie dokie.
There you go. You are fairly confident that as long as they are not completely bonkers, like, as long as the radiation damage isn't too severe that they're just going to be dying from their wounds anyway, you think you might be able to reverse the neurological damage.
Okay. All right. Actually, I believe if, we can pacify them and get them stable, yes, I can probably reverse the neurological damage.
All right. Then let's try to save as many as we can and get everybody else off the ship. And let's blow it up.
Commander, since
Yes.
I am familiar with this technology, I would like to be the one to set the overload. This is T is talking.
Yes, but you have to be able to get off the ship in time as well.
I can find my own way down. Trust
me. I roll to sense bullshit.
I second that roll for sensing bullshit.
That would be presence and security.
I do not sense enough bullshit.
Neither one of you sense enough bullshit.
I got one success. I sense bullshit.
Yeah?
Yes. I can see it in your eyes. Okay, but first we get everybody off the ship.
How do we do that? We have one runabout.
And let's get a move on.
Unless we have more than one transport.
Let's start identifying people. Let's get them to the runabout. Let's get moving.
Get the ones who can move on their own first, or the ones that aren't going to attack us, moving on their own first. That'll be the easy ones. Again, we'll have to find a way to pacify the rest of them. I might suggest flooding the areas with life signs that aren't obviously ours with ethylene gas, but I'll let the rest of you handle that one.
I'll see what I can do.
With ethylene gas, I'm having.
It's a lot of threat.
Oh man, that's a lot of threat. What you doing to that threat, Jimmy?
That's the ship going to explode anyway.
Okay. So Tias has set it to overload. And so now you're heading down to the ship.
I'm pretty sure once we start heading down to the ship, someone's going to fill me in.
She said it's overload now.
There's about 20 minutes.
That doesn't give us a lot of time to get as many people off the ship as possible.
She just looks at you and goes, trust me, Commander. Time.
We can get the ones that, what about pacifying the rest of them and getting those off? We're going to have, out of character, we'd have to make extra trips if we can only use one runabout.
Are you saying this out of character or in character?
Well, I have to say it out of character because of their engineer having a disliking to humans. I'm staying outside the door, so I can't really. My character doesn't really know what's going on inside the. Because the agreement for his help was that the patient would be washed in a part of it, but like I said, to not put a strain on the diplomacy in there, I've been just watching the door, making sure none of those crazed ones come in from behind. Just so there's no more tension from him that needs to happen. That's why I've been silent the whole time.
So,
but out of character, we'd have to make extra trips and only use it. If we're going to get the ones that are still violent out.
So, what is everyone doing? TS just set the engines to overload in 20 minutes.
Actually, wait. We just talked about doing the whole plan, and then she's just like, okay, 20 minutes. Is that seriously what just happened?
That's seriously what just happened.
Okay, we're going to work diligently to get everybody off the ship that we can.
All right. Since someone decided murder is the best option, let's move, people.
I'm loving your character right now.
Yeah, Tias has gone to the turbo lift.
If I ever see her again, we're gonna have words. But for right now, we got more important things to take care of. Let's get the people who can move on their own out. Someone work on that nest scene, and we will get them out as quickly as possible. We got to do this fast. Let's go.
Chase sits down at a console and begins to work his magic with the console, getting that anesthetizing gas going.
Okay.
I'm going to be specific on this. He's just readying it. He will wait for the signal to start flooding rooms. What do I need to roll?
This is going to be a. Since you're going to be using anesthetizine, it will be a reason and medicine. And let me just take a look at your character sheet again, Jay, just to see if. Yeah, no focus.
No. All right. I'm going to buy another dice with momentum.
Okay. We're with. Okay, so there is anesthetizing gas prepped and ready to go.
He hits his comm badge. Well, everyone, okay. We got anesthetizing gas prepped and ready to go. Just give me the word, and I will flood room by room.
All right. Once we've got the first load here on the. Wait. Before I say that, out of character, we could get all the ones that were like completely sane still in one trip, right?
Yes, the runabout has an emergency evacuation of I think 25,
Okay.
maybe 50. I can't remember exactly. I know it was like a ridiculously high amount.
Well, that's all right. Once we've got them on the okay, wait, no, actually that is kind of important. Hold on.
Real quick, while you're thinking, I'm tapping on my comm badge. Hartley to. I'm gonna say Che. Hartley to Che, or the commander, or the doctor. What's the plan here? I just saw Tessa move to the turbo. Tias. I just saw Tias move to the turbo.
Oh yeah, she left.
Tias just barely set the wormhole generator to overload and self-destruct. We need to get as many people off the ship as possible. Start loading the survivors into the runabout.
Understood. I'll begin immediately. I'm just letting you know, Che. I know I haven't written up my background yet, but because of my character's point of her history, you do. When you mention that, her response, there's a little bit of anger into it. So, I'm running off.
Why is there anger?
Well, it's part of the reason why she has a cyber.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, it's part of her history. I'll get into it later. When our characters have time to chit chat.
This is not going to tell me how many people that holds, or potentially holds. Oh, here we go. Up to 40 passengers. So once, how many were in that room? You said 20 people?
We have 20. And so far, I think we've knocked out 10 more individuals along the way.
All right, well, as soon as we get the 20 loaded on, we're going to close up. You flood the place, and then we'll start moving the next 20 in, and then shuttle them all out.
So I've already started heading towards where we had the survivors, Jimmy, and I'm gonna see if I can convince them to follow me and load in.
Take the
already on the turbo lift.
Okay. So I need everybody to tell me exactly where they're at.
I'm in the turbo lift, currently heading to the room with the survivors.
And where are the survivors?
Well, the ones that aren't crazed. I'm gonna try and start loading them.
I thought they were kind of just hanging out with everyone by main engineering.
Okay, then that's where I'm heading where they're located, and I'm going to let them know what's going on and to get them onto the runabout. That's my plan anyway, but I'm currently on the...
That might be a better job for Nar, who they trust.
Okay, because, yeah. That is true. Should I go with Nar just to make sure? Well, no, because we're about to flow with Nessus, so there shouldn't be any opposition on the way. I'm sorry, guys. I'm feeling a bit useless right now.
It's fine. We all need to be moving. Okay, yeah. Anyway, we'll need a security escort.
Yeah, I'll go with you to the where the others are located to try and get them moving. Why is it showing video feed of me? Are you guys seeing my picture right here?
Towards the evac point.
Yeah, I have it to voice only. There we go. How long was it showing video feed?
I don't know.
Not long. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, so okay. So Darby, who all is heading down towards the runabout?
I am.
Now, are we
Probably-
going to get the survivors to the runabout first? Well, not the survivors, but the ones without the brain damage?
Yes, because they're with us.
Oh, they're actually with us?
Yes, the survivor.
Okay.
Okay, so you get to the runabout. The first thing that you notice is the runabout is already prepped to launch.
Okay.
I'm guessing, before I get the name wrong, I'm going to just start writing down all these NPC names.
You know, it'd be one thing if
Oh, there's a novel idea.
it'd be one thing if, like, her name was difficult to remember.
Because I keep wanting to say Tessa.
I have no idea.
Okay. Is it Tessa?
Tias.
Oh, that's right. I knew it started with the T. T-S.
Why do you remember Che's character so well, but you can't remember an NPC?
Okay, so when you guys get to the runabout, who's first through?
I'll be the last to get on.
I guess that'll be me. Why not?
You're first on?
Sure.
Okay, so Frank and Darby, roll your reasoning and security.
Okay, let me get to my character sheet. Reason and security. Okay, I have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I got 2 successes.
Okay, when you see Nar enter the runabout, you notice that there's a security field on.
Security field.
A force field.
On the runabout.
Yep.
Is it preventing people?
It let Nar go through. But as soon as one of the survivors tries to board, it prevents it.
I'm going to, and I'm going to see if it'll let me go through as well.
Yes, it does.
I'm going to figure out why there's a security field up, and I'm going to shut it down so the rest can get on.
Where's Tias?
She is sitting in the security at the security console at the front.
Okay, I'm going to take my phaser, point it at her,
I'm going to prevent that.
and tell her to drop the security field.
I am doing this for the safety of your entire universe. Put your weapon away.
No.
Let me just put
Real
it
quick.
this way. You saw what I did to that Rakatran? I can do the same to you. Put your weapon away.
Let's both calm down. Let's both calm down.
I am calm. I am letting you know I am trying to save your entire universe.
I am also quite calm. But
Then
we are clearly being betrayed by this person.
She is not. Well, I don't think she may be making a bad decision. I don't think she's betraying us. Put your weapon down. This is not a place for... This is not the time to fight. We are on a time limit.
Okay, I will put my weapon down, and then she'll leave the field up, and then we will let all those survivors die.
Or we can talk this through.
We don't have time.
T.S., why do you think we should... What is your... Do you believe this species to be a major threat?
The species in general? No. What they represent and the ship is a dire threat.
While I agree the ship is a dire threat, we as a Federation still need to perform our duty.
And as a member of the Cryon Imperiix, I must perform mine.
I tap on my comm badge and call the commander and inform him what's going on. Commander, TS has put up a force field. She believes the species, not the species, but what they represent to be a threat, which is why she's preventing them from entering.
For the 1000th time, my character is a female.
I know, but don't they say sir, regardless of male or female, in Star Trek?
Yes, but you keep saying, I'm gonna let him know.
Oh yeah, my bad. My bad. So I informed the commander of the situation.
I go onto the ships. There's nothing else I can do.
Yeah.
You walk right through the field.
Yeah. And instead of arguing with TS, I go to the nearest console and disable the security field.
This is going to be a contested role.
Can I assist Frank?
Now we're going to fail. What am I rolling?
Control and security.
Jimmy, if you succeed, can I assist?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Complication and task.
You have a complication range of 4.
I have computer skills, so...
You have a focus then.
Okay. And what's task? If I burn a momentum, will that bring down my complication?
No.
Okay, then I'm not going to do it. All right. And here goes nothing.
I can't believe we lost a war to these people. But you know what? I'm here to learn. So, why don't we talk about this? You didn't seem too happy about what you did earlier. Wow.
You do not take control of the security.
Why?
Oh, did he not succeed?
He did not succeed.
Okay.
It's a standoff.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you saying, Emily? You're trying to negotiate with her?
Basically, it's like, you didn't react too well to what you did earlier. Why is committing genocide going to be any different for you?
You make it sound
and
as if this is something that I want to do.
Don't get me wrong.
It
is. Then why are you doing it? If it's your choice, but that choice is to commit genocide.
To save billions upon billions of lives.
Are you sure?
What do you know of trans-dimensional physics?
Nothing. I'm a doctor. But I do know a few things about saving lives.
Then, as a doctor, you have 20 incurable, highly infectious patients that will definitely cause the deaths of millions. Do you save them? Or do you save the millions of people?
That's completely ridiculous. Of course, you isolate and study.
There is no isolating this.
This isn't the Dark Ages. We don't just.
What are they infected with?
We don't just kill the patient.
That's because you do not understand the science of what is happening here. Commander, you know me. You know I would not willingly kill people.
But that's exactly what you're doing right now.
Then imagine why I would do it. Why I would willingly kill 20 people.
Oh, I mean, there are always reasons. If you try hard enough, you can always come up with a reason. I'm a Cardassian. I know that very well.
Yes, I know, genocide and all that.
So maybe take it from somebody who's watched their society make these kinds of mistakes. When I say this is your choice, and you don't have to make it.
Commander, I will put this very, very matter-of-factly. These people, this ship, this wormhole that will not close is a violation of the Cryon Prime Directive. I cannot and will not allow it to happen.
What are these people infected with?
There is a reason why we use shielding with the transdimensional matrix. Because left unchecked, the radiation, the energies of this in-between space anchors you to it. If they're allowed to enter your space, this wormhole will not only not close, it will get bigger, and it will keep spewing out the radiation and energy until everything is destroyed. It took the Cryon 1,000 years to learn this lesson. I use my abilities to kill, and that is against my faith, and you know that. And I have to do it again. This is why the Cryon Imperials wanted me.
So you knew this was the case before we even got here?
No, I didn't.
But somebody did.
It's a great likelihood, yes.
And then somebody obviously didn't share.
Because it violates our Prime Directive.
The Prime Directive. I'm about ready to shove the Prime Directive up somebody's face and strangle them with it.
This is completely ridiculous. There's no such thing as a lost cause. And since your species decided not to, rather just cut off the problem, I'm assuming, rather than learn to fix it later, that does not mean that it can't be done.
Very well. Then you cram 1,000 years worth of research into your measly little lifespan, and then tell us how to fix it.
Guess I'll have a lot of reading to do. I think I'm a quick study.
Do we have time to contact the ship, the Tempest, and discuss this with Baton and all?
Well, wait, no. Communications was disrupted. You would have to go back to the ship.
And I'm assuming we don't have time to do that.
No.
Jay's still in an engineering bay.
Sir, should I call Che up to the ship?
How much time before the ship loads?
10 minutes?
I tap my comm badge and call and get Che on the comm.
Yes, Commander.
Get back to the ship now.
There's the briefest hesitation. He's like, wait, but we're abandoning the plant. Okay. So yeah, he heads back to the ship. The moment he steps on that runabout, he's like, what the hell is going on? Why are none of the survivors loaded?
Your friend.
Actually, at that point, T.S. looks at you, Jay, and goes, "The survivors have been boarded. Shall we go?"
Absolutely not.
This order's all my doing. None of you have anything to do with this. I will note in my report you all are on protest. You're all absolved. Lieutenant Che. Get to the launch shuttle.
I think I lost Frank halfway through that.
Yeah, I kind of did too.
He told you to get to take the helm and to set course back to the ship.
Che takes the briefest of moments, that almost like a full minute before he moves. But the order's given, and Che is a good soldier, so he does what he's told.
there is a very angry look on Lisa's face right now as she takes a seat at her console, but she's just being very quiet, not saying a word. It kind of looks like she's kind of angry, but kind of zoning out at the same time.
Okay, so you all return to the Tempest.
As soon as we're clear of any interference and I can communicate with the ship, with the Tempest, I contact Tempest and tell Atan that we need to meet privately and talk.
Okay. All right. So by the time you dock,
as we're flying back, I tell everybody once we dock back on board the Tempest, they are to write their report and note that they protested my order to launch the shuttle back to the ship, and to leave all the passengers that were alive on board the ship that's in the wormhole, and they are not to speak of this incident until properly debriefed by the chain of command of the captain and whoever else might be involved. And if anybody has any problems with this, they'll just have to wait until debriefed to seek counseling and all.
Yes, sir.
Che says nothing.
okay, so when you all get back to the Tempest, there's enough time for you to exit the wormhole start heading out before the ship explodes. At which point, the Tempest is just barely able to exit the wormhole before it collapses. What is everybody going to be doing?
I'm going up to meet with Atan.
Okay.
And talk privately before filing my report.
I'm going to follow the commander's orders, fill out my report. After I fill out my report, will I have some free time?
Yes.
She immediately goes to the holodeck and relives a Klingon battle to blow off a lot of steam. She's going to relive she's going to go into that's what she's going to do, because she is. And once I get my background fully written out, you'll understand why she feels like this, but she is extremely pissed off.
I seek out Dr. Nar.
You're going to go talk to Dr. Nar?
Yes.
Okay.
Dr. Nar is in sick bay, writing out her very scathing reports, and a second copy specifically for her actual superiors back at the Datapod Council.
Che will come into sick bay, under the guise of wanting to get the his wound checked out, but it becomes very obvious that's not why he's here.
Oh yeah, I should get my hand checked out.
Yeah, too late.
Oh yeah. Well, she's so pissed off she wouldn't even know how to do that at this point.
But yeah, he's getting it checked out that there's no additional internal damage and maybe getting the scar removed.
The hand turned gangrenous, and so had to be amputated. Along with a couple of molars being removed.
I mean, of course, I'll have a look at his wound and, make sure it heals up nicely, no scarring and all that. Because, super space science.
So, what transpired while I was down in engineering?
I entered the ship. TS was at the console, had set up a security field to ensure that nobody that hadn't been on the out already could enter. I pulled my...
Actually, I'll just let it be known. It wasn't just anybody that had been on the ship previously. She just set the security field to allow people in that had a comm badge on.
I figured that.
The effect is the same, honestly.
Yeah.
I, at this point, suspecting treason, pulled my weapon and was immediately told to put it away by your security officer. At which point there was a small conversation, and then I put it away. At which point, she insisted that genocide was the only option, and apparently your commander agreed. That is what happened.
Out of character, when you say she, make sure you specify TS instead of Lisa, because Lisa's a she too.
I know what she means.
Okay.
The context was there.
The context.
Okay.
He understands.
Just making sure.
Well, what was TS's reasoning?
That their unshielded wormhole generator thing would fill them full of radiation that would then lock them to the wormhole, and the wormhole would apparently just keep growing forever, and everyone would die. And apparently, since they, took 1,000 years and came up with nothing, nobody else can ever come up with any other explanation for how to fix that, and so genocide is the only option.
Okay, out of character, genocide has a number attached to it. 20 is not genocide.
They said they would left their species. The species is gone. Counts.
Extinction is different than genocide.
An extinction caused by specifically by somebody, it still counts.
I would have stunned her.
That was my first instinct. Yes, but I'm not on a Cardassian vessel currently. I'm on a Federation vessel.
And I appreciate your candor. I do. I don't know if I entirely approve of our actions today. And this, for me, who I know you don't understand this, but the Racti species has not something I deal with quite well. But I'm also not all right with what occurred today.
Mm-hmm.
There should have been another option. Especially since, just in my logic, were we not also ourselves exposed to that core?
I believe it was. You said something about time, but
I'll have to
honestly,
ask
I'm
her.
not sure it was a tense moment. But
If she is not immediately kicked off our ship for her part in this, then I will have to ask her. But no, hardly the first mission I wished one of our exchange officer staff go through. It does not make us look like we're in a good light.
it certainly does not.
Either way, thank you for the care.
It's my job.
You do it well.
Thank you.
And with that, Jay leaves.
What is Che gonna do now?
Well, he was told to make a report.
Okay, so babe, you talk with Tom. What are the bullet points of the conversation?
She points out what they had to do. Found an engineering core. She turns over the specs that she downloaded and everything, and talks about the plan of what they had in mind, which was to rescue the people that were not like half mad crazy. And when they got to the ship, there was a force field around, and it only let on the crew of the shuttlecraft. She tried to attempt to hack it to get into the computer system to drop the security field, but wasn't able to. And then she explains what Tia said about the whole wormhole thing and crying on Pyrrhix Prime Directive, so forth, and how she made the call herself to basically launch the shuttle, and none of the other crew had anything but protest against it. It was her decision alone, and she'll bear whatever consequence comes from it. But she feels that weighing the options of it all, that it was the right decision to make.
Tom is extremely disappointed that it was allowed to get to this situation. He's a little disappointed that you didn't fight harder. Because as much as the experience of the Cryon in these matters far outweighs any of the experience Starfleet has, he agrees with the doctor that there doesn't mean that it was a lost cause.
She agrees also that it doesn't mean it was a lost cause, but given the time, and there's no way that
you could have attempted to alter time.
If she couldn't break the encryption on the force field, there's no telling she could break the encryption on the self-destruct.
There's no point on looking back in hindsight about what could have happened. There should have been an attempt made. And as always, he will help you in any way that he can. In whatever fallout happens. But Starfleet needs to be well aware that they blindly took this on as well. So the blame doesn't fall solely on you or the away team. Ultimately, if they're going to blame the assignment, it's on him.
Well, the Cryon knew about this situation. At least someone did. We weren't given all the information.
And that's exactly how it always seems with the Cryon. We're never given enough information. You know, he appreciates the personal face-to-face, but he needs you to put everything you can into the official report, and he will read through everyone's report, and we will see where we go from here.
Oh, it'll be in my report. I just wanted to give you the heads up first.
Okay, so hang on a second. I'm going to say it's going to take 2 days to get back to Earth to drop TS back off. About a day after the event, Nar, while you're on duty, guess who comes to see you?
Sigmund Freud.
Probably at some point me to get my hand checked.
Data.
It's a jackalope.
A jackalope. Holy crap.
No, it's TS.
Do you have a medical issue I can help you with?
Or create? I'm sorry.
I wanted to give you this. And she extends a pad.
And this is?
It is the research on the radiation poisoning that I discussed about on the mission.
Well, it seems a little late now.
It's going to take you quite a while to get through it. But these are the known outcomes in all instances, whether they were allowed to continue on, whether they were killed, and what was done. The only things that were left out were the explanations of the cryon technology that was used, if it is beyond the capabilities of your Federation, and I tried to include as much as I could in the field of my path, so that you know what my path has tried to heal these people.
Well, if you don't have a medical problem, then you can go ahead and leave that on my desk. I will have a look at it when I have time. But otherwise, I am busy.
There's no one here.
I'm still very busy.
Very well. Enjoy the reading.
Quite.
And she leaves.
Wait, did she just say bite me?
No, she said quite. Or, wait, who are you asking? Who said bite me? Who do you think said bite me?
I thought she said. I thought she told T.S. to bite her.
Oh no! It's like enjoy the reading, and she's like quite.
Okay, quite. Got it. For some reason, with it being quiet, it sounded like she said enjoy the reading, and Nars just like bite me.
No. No, that's no.
Okay, so I think for now we will leave it here. That's 3.5 hours at least. Right?
I think
Yeah.
more.
Actually, I think it's a little bit more because we started because of the issues. Josh was around 3:30, not correction, 8:30, and it's 12:11 right now according to my clock.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a little over 3.5.
All right. So, thoughts on the adventure?
We need to do reputation.
Bum, bum, bum.
We will do reputation at the beginning of the next session.
Okay. Any milestones? Are we doing that at the beginning of next session too?
We'll do that at the beginning of next session too.
Procrastination.
Hooray!
It's everyone's favorite game.
Well, hey, good news! I got my own computer now, so I can do the backstory and everything. So I should have all that written up by next session.
Oh, good. All right, so let's go ahead and say good night, everybody, so we can stop recording.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
All right, Josh, just let us know when we're out.